Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. I've talked previously on career tips for people who want to climb the ladder, career ladder. For example, the article, Why Can't I Get Promoted? You can Google that and find it. Just the name Nemco and Why Can't I Get Promoted? But articles like that I've written were in standard form, an annotated list. Some people learn better when advice is embedded in a context, and therefore I've written this composite story. As VJ was turning the grinder, he mulled the decision. Should he join his father in running the village's spice stall, or should he go to IIT Chennai and study computer science? After graduating from IIT, VJ's next big decision was whether to take a coding job in Chennai or work in Silicon Valley. His family, crying but supportive, he came to America. VJ worked at least 12 hours a day and lived in an apartment with four other Indian programmers. He dutifully did this for 2 years, but while he liked coding, he could see a point where he would tire of sitting all day at the keyboard. The main route out is to management, project lead, then project manager, perhaps then to director, even vice president, or starting his own company with his favorite coworkers and friends. But how? VJ's English was poor, and his home and school background didn't prepare him for management. But using his organized programmer mind, he set out to get ahead. To improve his English and reduce his sometimes incomprehensible accent, he hired a tutor. Because he hired not a professional speech coach, but an American born Indian computer science student at a nearby college, it wasn't expensive. Sessions consisted of their conversing with her correcting his words and accent. He would record the errors, just the errors, on his phone's voice recorder, and he'd practice between sessions. In his very limited spare time, VJ took an online course in Introduction to Management and then in Project Management. To find high quality courses, he had searched Udemy, Udacity, and Coursera, knowing that the extra time to find the right course would be worth it. At work meetings, VJ made a point to listen carefully and to make tactful suggestions and raise thoughtful points. Unlike most of his fellow coders who kept their head down all day and ate lunch and sometimes dinner at their desk, VJ got up for a few minutes each hour and with chatted with and sometimes even attempted to befriend coworkers and higher-ups who seemed to welcome it. He expressed his desire to become a manager and even asked questions like, "Do you have any advice as to what I should do to prepare to become an excellent manager?" But after a year of all that, and his boss giving him no more than vague noises about getting promoted at some point, VJ decided to look for a better launchpad job. He contacted the recruiter that brought him to America, as well as confidentially coworkers he trusted. Also, he joined a meetup group of techies that met monthly in person as well as in online forums. He tweaked his resume and LinkedIn to highlight the informal management-oriented tasks he had done at work. And a few months later, thanks to an introduction from someone he had befriended at a meetup, he landed an acting project lead job at a quality company. VJ had come to adopt the American value of aiming to ever higher level positions, so he did the following to boost his chances. First, wisely, he didn't ignore tech chops. Even if your job will consist more of management and leadership, until you rise to an executive position, you may well need solid tech skills, both to answer supervisees' questions and to have their respect. VJ read a few of my articles. Small Talk for People Bad at It, Are You Excellent at Running a Meeting, Playing Politics Without Selling Your Soul, Public Speaking for Not Naturals, and Cultivating Charisma. After reading the latter, he looked in the mirror to evaluate his posture and facial expressions. Video recorded himself on his phone to self-assess his demeanor, and then asked trusted friends for feedback. VJ did all that within a few months, whereupon, no surprise, he felt a bit more confident and confident regarding his managerial and leadership ability. So he asked his boss about his promotion prospects. Again, he got an evasive answer, and so he started looking for a job elsewhere, using the techniques outlined in an article I wrote called Starting Out. And again, all these articles I'm mentioning, just Google them in the word Nemco, Nemko, and you'll find them. And no surprise, especially today when the unemployment rate is the lowest in 50 years, he quickly landed a good managing position. A few months later, as VJ was sitting in the ever worsening commute traffic, he mused about the arc of his career. For all that effort, am I happier as a manager? Am I making a bigger difference? Am I making enough more money after taxes for the additional hours and stress that managers face? And I'm caught in the middle between executives wanting more faster and workers saying their targets are unrealistic. On the other hand, I like the prestige, that I have more influence, and that maybe if I keep at it, I'll be a VP, even someday reach the C-suite, or start my own company. But what would happen if I decided to go back to my village in India and work with my dad at his spice stall? Vijay turned on his car's MP3 player, listened to music for a few seconds, and then switched to an audiobook on leadership. Do you want to move up? How committed are you to making it happen? Are there one or more tips embedded in this story that you'd like to try? Anyway, I'm Marty Nemko. Thank you for watching. Feel free to give this a thumbs up, thumbs down, comment, share, and subscribe. Or subscribe. Anyway, again, I'm Marty Nemko.